everybody, we're back with a new video. And first of all, let me say, though he is pictured, this is actually not a LeBron James video, but I think this image is appropriate because just as LeBron appears in this picture confused and apoplectic, if you will, flummoxed, that was the exact same reaction I had when I had to hear the latest edition of Stupid Things Gilbert Arenas Says. So on this podcast, him and Rashad McCants were talking, and they were talking about the number one pick, and they were saying Gilbert Arenas basically says that Tim Duncan was not a transformative player in terms of turning the Spurs into a championship organization. Yeah, I know that sounds pretty ridiculous, but in order for you to fully grasp the folly, the foolhardiness, if you will, of Arenas' statement, I'm going to let you hear it now.
Duncan was a different type of player. Like, he was a generational pick that transformed a whole organization.
He didn't transform nothing. That's what I'm saying.
He got him a check. They didn't win a championship before he got there.
They were the number one team.
But they didn't win.
Think about what I'm saying. They're the number one team.
I get it. Then they won. Because of him. Because of him, Gil. They won because of him.
I don't give a fuck who the number one pick is at that time.
You have to.
You give me the number one. If
you
I'm
still
going to
be number one. But you're going to be number one still.
Who's the number one team this year? Denver, right? Denver takes it next year to get the number one pick. Does it make that number one pick a great? Because he's coming on a team that's a championship team?
Yeah, but we're not talking about a championship team. We're talking about a team that was good enough to be considered number one. They still wasn't the champ. They wasn't the champions. They needed another piece.
Tim, we are just as confused as you are in that picture after listening to what we just heard. I really don't have any words other than I had to listen to it multiple times, one, to figure out what he was talking about, but to insinuate somehow that a player who has won 5 NBA championships, brought that to a franchise, a perennial NBA All-Star, an All-NBA guy, Defensive Player of the Year, whatever other accolades you want to throw in there, a guy who is considered arguably the best power forward ever, top 10 guy, is somehow not transformative. Oh boy, you can't make this stuff up. I don't even know how to describe the level of daftness that is in that statement. And like I said, it just goes to show you that just because a person who has played professional sports, and particularly in the case of Gilbert Arenas, for that stretch of time before the injuries and the other stuff, at a high level, doesn't make you immune to saying silly things. And I don't know if it's, trolling, or if you're trying to be the basketball or the sports version of a shock jock to say things for reactions, because I would rather that be the case, because I hope somebody of his age does not believe some of the ridiculous things that comes out of his mouth. I'm just blown away. But you know what? Honestly, in this climate of ridiculous things that people in the media would say, something is asinine, and this unfortunately fits right in. But when I saw this, I said, the first chance I get, I got to get on the mic and address this, because quite frankly, it's just stupid. And that's really the only way to describe it. It's daft, it's stupid, it's foolish. All right? You introduce a player of that stature to an NBA franchise, and who hadn't won a chip, and they start winning, he's transformative. End of discussion. But that's all I got, because I don't even know what to say based on what I just heard and what I had to subject you to. But what do you think? Am I missing something? Did he actually say something that is intelligent, of note? Dare I say even accurate? Well, let me know in the comments section. I'll be back with more videos real soon. Take care. Tell those that you love them. Peace.